Right. Good morning, everybody. How's been the week so far? I, for those of us who are on call on Sunday, we'll be following up with some of our peers, which some of them are not mature for us to have access to taking a trade. And I want us to follow them religiously based on what we are having today. And today we are starting with GPJPY, GPJPY, GPJPY. I know we had a touch on this on the Sunday night, and I call our attention to one or two things. The first one, I want us to check the weekly time frame. Looking at our weekly time frame, last week we had a bullish movement that gave us a strong bearish candle. That was a sign for a very strong rejection. And if you see this level I marked that, this is just 1 week that is giving you this very massive sell movement. This is just 1 week giving you this massive sell. And look at the number of weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a whole 6 months. And the market has yet to overshadow or engulf this particular bearish candle. So looking at what we have now, they were not trying to see the internal structure based on how this particular movement has occurred or played out. And we have to take our time to see the kind of story the market is telling. So the daily candle showed us that we are seeing this particular correction back to this level. And for Sunday night, we had this particular correction which we were expecting. That is a impulse movement and is under correction back to this 4 hours OB. But we choose to take it to this high because of we're expecting market reaction within this particular OB for us to take a sell. And because of how the market is moving, it's obvious that we have impulse and correction movement back to this particular level. So before the close of market today, I'll be expecting change of character within this particular zone, which I'm expecting everybody to also stay close to DJ. And let's see that shift within this particular hobby for us to take a shot on DJ. And if you are taking that shot, I'm targeting this immediate low here, which is about 530 pips to the downside for swing trading. And one of the reasons why we need to focus on this lower time frame entry here is because if you check here, this is about 75 pips stop loss. So for us to have that tight entry condition, that is why I said let's wait for a lower time frame entry at this junction. So if you don't have that confirmation, I want to advise us to jump up on this GJ, even though we've gotten a shift here on 4 hours to the downside, impulse, no corrections. So for the sake of GJ, market is very close. You can set your alarm so that it will alert you once market enter into this particular hole before you to now see for your entry conditions and taking a shot on GJ. So that's what I have on GJ. And for ADUSD, we had two view on this guy last week. Check on the daily. The internal structure is still bullish based on this recent high that was taken out. And on 4 hours time frame on Sunday, we're talking about this particular level here. That if the market push to the downside and take out this low, that means we've gotten a change of character to the downside, then we're willing to take a shot from any of these valid OB here. But as of today now, it's obvious that the market now bounced back from this particular 4 hours OB. And on 1 hour, I'm currently having a change of character to the upside. So here is a shift to the upside based on this 1 hour market movement, and I'm having this liquidity area here. which makes this 1 hour OB here valid. This is the 1 hour OB here I'm looking at now. Since the market did not give us this change of character to the downside, then the internal structure buy movement continue. These are targets here, which is this particular weekly and daily OB. That's what we are looking at here. So since the 1 hour has given us a shift to the upside, then for ADSZ, I'm having this valid OB here for a buy trend continuation. So the expectation is market should drop to the downside, then take out this liquidity here, mitigate this particular 4 hours OB, then we have good run to the upside. If you are targeting this immediate high here, using this 20 pips stop loss, that's around 8 hours, so which is a very good deal for option. But if you are the type that can hold and swing to the upside, this is the major target area we are looking at. So for ADUs, we are expecting the buy continuation. We expect markets to come and grab liquidity, and we're expecting to take a buy from this 1 hour OB. So that is for AUD USD. Now we're looking at this guy on the daily. That was on Sunday night as well. And I said that I'm expecting a body closure below this particular level here, a body closure. But if you see as of today, we are even yet to have that. Though we already have liquidity sitting here. To check here, this market is still that okay, we are still that bullish movement which we are expecting option continuation. So looking at it as of today, we are having this valid daily OB that has this liquidity sitting down here. And what I'm expecting is I'm expecting markets to drop back to this level here. Though I'm looking at this, it's just because I'm yet to have that candle closure below this level here. Though I will still go to 4 hours to see what is the market is telling us. So this is a very good demand level, which I'm looking at for market to react from and start going up. And if we check now on 4 hours, it's still looking like a kind of correction. This whole movement is still looking like a kind of correction. And if we are having that body closure here, it would have been a very good trend continuation for us to take a short here. But outside that too, if the market continue with this correction, because correction is a sign of weakness, why market is going back to a level at which we can take a short from for a sell market. So if the market continue with this particular trend, we'll be looking at a Sunday night, which is giving us more correction. So that means the market is building more liquidity down here to be grabbed by the time we have this particular movement. So that's what I'm looking at on Euro GBP. Please have it at the back of your mind that we're expecting a daily candle closure below this particular level. We had that discussion on Sunday night, and we are having the market is still in that correction, coming back to this particular 4 hours OB, which this 4 hours OB is at a premium price based on our daily swing high and low, and we are looking at shortening back to this particular level. So by the time we follow up with Euro GBP, we are expecting sell continuation back to this particular level here. So which would be a very good one. And for the all-time bullish movement, we're expecting markets to also bounce and start going up from this particular junction here. That is for Euro GBP. That is for Euro GBP. A sell continuation to the downside for a bullish movement based on the daily time frame. Based on the daily time frame, we have these valid levels which we are expecting the buy continuation from. Then we have USD card. We've been looking at these guys since last week, and I was expecting this guy to come and mitigate this 4 hours OB for buy continuation, but you see what happened. This guy just induced that particular 4 hours OB, and the guy is pumping up now. So based on our fundamentals, I'm still expecting the USD card to come and mitigate any of these OB here, which should give us a sell continuations to the downside. That's the target on USD CAD. And as I said on Sunday night, that we're expecting market to give us a lower time frame entry. Why? Because we still have this extreme OB here, which we'll be expecting markets to mitigate. This extreme OB, which we expect markets to mitigate. So that once we get our lower time frame entry, that is additional confidence for us to take a shot on USD CAD. So I employ everybody to stay close to this guy, especially the news coming out from the war. I'm very sure it's going to affect. Though we don't really have any major news playing out today on the USD. So though, I'm still looking at that for a short. And for USD CHF, we had this mitigation here, though I would like to check it on the daily. Okay, if you see what we have, this is a pure downtrend movement, and market is reacting from this particular daily OB. This is a daily OB that the market is currently reacting from. Though it's when we refine it to a 4 hours time frame that we got this particular OB, which we now have this extreme down here. This extreme one down here. But looking at it, the market still looks like impulse and correction movement, impulse and correction movement, which follows our rules in respect to what we are expecting markets to give us. So looking at this impulse and correction mode, the lower time frame here has not really given me that entry condition. This level has been violated already on 4 hours. Now, if you check on 1 hour, we are still having this level here at the top here, which is a very good area. I was expecting this market to even push it and mitigate it. And down here, I'm having this. Though, if you check what happened on the weekly time frame, okay. So last week was a very strong bullish candle into this particular daily hobby. So it's even one of the reasons why I was not looking at that 1 hour movement here, this 1 hour movement here, that in case anything bounces, I also want to see what the market is doing. And also, the market also took out this 4 hours OB. Yeah, the market took out this particular 4 hours OB. So there's a kind of liquidity gap already at the top of this particular OB. And that's why I'm now looking at, okay, does the market want to continue and give us this extreme level here? If the market will continue to this particular extreme level, that means this 1 hour will be a valid level for a buy continuation back to this particular level. And if you check what we have here, I think we have some liquidity build up here already. We have some liquidity build up here already for USD. This reaction is within these 4 hours of it. But I'm looking at the market movement because they've taken out this particular high, which is a kind of shift to the upside that is giving us a possibility of market coming back to this extreme probably to mitigate it. If that is going to happen based on this 1 hour market movement, this is a liquidity level here, which markets have the potential to also grab before the market continues hops to the upside. So if you're a trader, you trade the internal structure very well, day trader, scalper, this is something you can also watch out for. Today, looking at this particular level here. Then the other thing, I'm looking at this market slow movement here. This whole market slow movement, it looks like that correction in respect to the impulse movement. Don't forget, I'm only looking at this on the 1 hour time frame because on the 4 hours time frame, we had a mitigation level here. So the only thing is the internal structure looks so, okay, just like what happened here. This is a full correction here also. And I'm having that same movement here on the 1 hour. To build more case study on this, I'm having liquidity below this area that makes this particular 1 hour hold be valid. So I'm projecting that USD may likely push back to this entry, and where it can bounce from is this level here that has this liquidity with this valid 1 hour hold to the upside. So that I'm now focusing myself possibility on this particular level. So that's what I'm looking at on the USDCHF. And we had gold last week, on Sunday, which we were looking at this particular level here. I don't know if color is on corner color. So we're looking at was projecting for this particular hobby for last week and currently on Sunday night. And currently now I'm also looking at it because we already had liquidity build up already, which is a very good one. And having a confirmation entry would be something I will also advise the house to also watch out for, so that if we have any possible, though we all know that this guy is being driven with a lot of fundamentals. That's to have that at the back of our mind. But I also like to trade this liquidity graph. If the market give us a good entry condition at this particular 4 hours OB. So I'm looking at market reaction closely to good. Let's see the reaction from this particular hand, which I believe we'll be able to get a lower time frame entry. We don't really have any major news today on USD, at least, but let's see market reaction. If you notice, the market seems to be slow somehow this morning, so which is what I'm also looking at. And I have pounds AUD. It's a sell continuation, which I'm patiently waiting for entry conditions at this particular 4 hours OB. You see the market is still in that correction phase on pounds AUD. The visual reaction is happening in a 4 hours OB, but the internal structure is still presenting to me that they are still selling based on the impulse and correction movement. Impulse and correction movement. So I stand for this second continuation until this particular 4 hours OB is being taken out. This particular 4 hours OB is being taken out to the upside. That's when I can start thinking of a possible buy. But as of today, with the market printing now, this is a valid 4 hours OB for a sell continuation on pounds AUD. Sell continuation on pounds AUD. So this is what I have on pounds AUD. The Euro New Zealand also give us a kind of, I think it's on the daily. Okay. So for this option to continue, I'm currently seeing this particular daily hobby has a very good level for us to create a new higher high. This is Euro New Zealand. And for this to occur, we're expecting the markets to do what? To drop back to this particular level. Then let's have our entry conditions. Then we'll take a bullish movement to the upside. The market has been a bullish market, and the market is still in that particular direction, even after we have a change of character to the downside there. But this is a very valid, a daily hobby that I'm expecting this market to also push down to for us to get that. If you notice what is happening here, this market is moving in a very slow direction, very slow. So, and that's a sign for us to take advantage of this daily hobby here. So guys, this is what I'm looking at for the week. This is what I'm looking at for the week. As of today, the market seems to be slow. I don't know if anybody noticed that. And I felt like everybody is expecting the major move from the Middle East struggle, which a lot of fundamentals is really flying everywhere. So this is what I have for the week. The floor is open, guys. Suggestions, contributions, and our view about what I just shared with us. Traders, are we on call? Are we on call? I believe everybody can hear me, right?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Mr. Victor, anything on good?
Let's check good now. Let's check good.
Is that? Oh, okay.
Let's check good.
Yeah, I was projecting good before now. Billion.
Let's see it again.
Yeah, this is what I'm looking at. A liquidity graph on a 4 hours OB for a buy continuation on good, based on what we're also looking at on the Sunday night.
Also, 4 hours. There's a 4 hours OB I will be expecting to buy today before we have that drop. I'm on chances, so I can't explain it.
Oh, okay. 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 Billion. What's of you on
Yes,
good?
sir.
Billion, are you there? Can you hear me?
Just like what we saw on last time now. Last time, based on what
Oh,
we saw on Sunday, still that same movie we are looking at.
that's him. Yeah. Do I notice that the market is a little bit slow as at today? We don't really have that volatility in the market, so but I'm very sure by the time we get the fundamentals playing out, we'll be able to see what's up. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day for fundamentals, so I'll be expecting a very good move on. I think we have major news tomorrow, which will really play a major role on the USD. I think we have one by 1:30, we have by 7 p.m. That's FMC. So we'll be having a very major move. The market has been slow since yesterday. So we are going to have a major move in the market tomorrow, which I will also advise us to be careful in respect to how we jump on the market for tomorrow. All right. This contribution for those of us who are not on the road. What's your view? What's your view? And what are you also looking at?
Let's go back to Caesar. Let's go back to DJ. I want to see something.
I can't hear you very well, Billion.
Let's go back to DJ. DJ.
GG. Okay. 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 Yeah. We got our impulse and correction movements already.
Yeah. Based on our projection on Sunday, we can actually see. Eh, this 4 hours, right?
Yeah, 4 hours time.
Okay, that means once you get to that place, we'll still be looking for another
A
possible
hand
entry on 5 minutes,
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. The total pips to the downside is around 530. Let's even assume you target 500 to the downside. You understand that now. So if you are getting that lower time frame entry, it's going to give us room to have a very good risk reward ratio to the downside on the GJ. I'll be expecting some of these news tomorrow to also affect GJ. That's something I'm forecasting now. I'll be expecting to also affect GJ. Yes. Guys, let's pick out, let's pick out, let's pick out, let's pick out. What are you looking at?
So can we check USD JPY?
Now, anything GJ is giving you, USJPY will be giving us almost the same pattern. Almost the same pattern. Almost the same pattern. Okay, just that one will not be faster than the other. Okay, now if you check what you have on the USJPY, USJPY has taken out this particular high already because there's a daily closure above that particular level. And that's a sign that this can be likely give corrections and give us another push up to the upside. I think this was, I think somebody was talking about this guy on Sunday or so. I was looking at this level here, this level here, yeah, this level here. Though we already had a body closure above that part. I think with this USDJPY is one of the reasons why we must stay close to GG and see that GG is giving a lower time frame entry before we jump in. Because it's very common that if USDJPY move in that particular direction, GJ will later come back and also do the same thing. The volatility is just the difference thing I also noticed. So I would advise we should stay close to these guys to see market reaction on GJ. So this guy has done the shift already. So we just have to be smart in approaching GJ. What are you looking at on USD before?
So you mean me?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking at there's a 1 hour OB that I'm looking at. I'm waiting for confirmation on the 1 hour OB.
Okay, let's
But on the
check.
internal structure, I checked on the 15 minutes. But it didn't tap my other block on the internal structure.
Okay, let's see.
The
Let's see.
15 minutes.
Okay, you are still looking for a possible sell on it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if you are looking at internal structure, you're looking at all this movement, and we had this. But another thing is, if you are taking that sell, we advise that you should focus more on the internal structures will be like all these levels to value possible OBs within this particular range. The reason is because that daily shift, that's a sign that this guy may continue going up because there's already a daily candle, even bullish one, printed above the previous high. You understand that now? So the expectation is this guy should give possible correction now to the downside, possible correction to the downside. So create a new major move to the upside. So if you are trading that internal structure, you have to focus on those lower time frame or 1 hour OBs as your TP targets. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right, all right, all right. So Fergus, do you have anything for us?
No, boss. I'm just observing.
Oh, okay, okay,
I'm just learning.
okay. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Is there another person looking at anything you want us to check before we go? I don't really have much now because I would really like the news tomorrow.
Please, let's check Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, okay. GPNZD, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So GPNZD on the, let's come back to, although I was not looking at it for the week after the market tapped into this particular OB here. And last week candle was a very strong bullish candle. It was a very strong bullish candle. And this week is doing the same thing. And because of that movement from last week, the daily yesterday dropped away from this entry here. It's even the reason why I removed it from my watch list. And the 4 hours is telling me that the market is reacting from this 4 hours OB here. And also, we had a valid 4 hours OB here. And looking at it, that last week was a very strong bullish candle. That was this whole movement to the upside there. I'm currently foreseeing that this guy may likely give us another bullish weekly candle to the upside. But he's not coming back to possible area, which all these movements here on 1 hour looks like a kind of correction movement for me. This movement here looks like a kind of correction movement for me. But yes, as you can see on that 4 hours, the market did not really mitigate this level here. So that means we have a fast movement and we have more candle giving us this correction. So although you can still have that more correction back to this 4 hours, so be which. Another thing that the market did not really break this particular high to the upside. Those are the reason why I even take it out from my watch list. Did not take out this particular high. Assuming the market push up and take out this high, then I'll be confident to say, oh yeah, let's take a buy continuation to the upside. So it's better for me to see them even tap to this particular OB and push the upside and give me a clear shift. Despite the fact that we've gotten this whole drama here. But that last week was a very strong bullish candle. So I'll be expecting them taking out this high there. We can have continuation pattern to the upside. Exactly, Mr. Victor. So for those of us looking at BTC, I think I have this as a range which BTC has stepped up from it. You looking at it, what are you looking at? Are you looking at a buy or a sell continuation? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Hello, hello, the man looking at BTC, are you there? Okay, so for me, BTC is still in that correction mode because the market is still strongly bearish. They are trying to buy, but the volume for the sell is still very strong. Though we're having this reaction here, which may likely push the market to the upside. But I mean, the war is really playing a major role on BTC. So that's why we're even having this ranging movement. So for me, for intraday traders, well, you can still get something to jump in, but I'm not really seeing anything yet on BTC. And the person that hacks is not even here to tell us what he's saying. So I'm not really seeing anything yet on BTC. I'm not seeing anything yet on BTC. It's 4 hours. The 4 hours reaction is still within this OB. So which is still telling us that the market is still in a downtrend. I'm not really seeing anything yet on BTC. It just broke out from this particular ranging movement now. So, and that does not mean that the market has given us a major shift to the upside. It's daily, we've not gotten any major shift to the upside. So the market is still in that downtrend, just that we are having the internal structure giving us some correction back to the upside. So that's what I have on BTC, guys. That's what I have on BTC, guys. BTC is not really giving us good move yet. Maybe if you have fundamentals that drive the market, then we'll be able to have a position on BTC. Is that clear, farms? Is that clear, farms? Is that clear, farms? As I said, please let us be watchful. Any major news coming up tomorrow will play a major role on USD, and that will really drive the market. So I'll be expecting us to also follow with those news before we make our decisions on any of the pair we are trading. It's just an advice that will not be the liquidity that will be grabbed before the market will start going in its normal direction. So that's just my own point of view, guys. Exactly. We have less than 1 minute to go. Farms, is that clear? All right. So for my fundamental news, we'll still be giving us an update. We are just watching and see what the market is doing and how the war is also playing out. So I know we've discussed about it, that everybody should go and do their research and see the advantage and disadvantage of this war and how traders can always position ourselves. I wish us a profitable week ahead. Let's follow up with our chat, and don't forget, learn to protect your capital. Peace, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right. Mr. David.
Malga. Sir.
Money. All right, guys. Peace.